I jump on my podcast and answer all your questions about the spicy industry. I am going on my podcast right now and I'm answering all the questions you guys have thrown at me, so make sure you tune in. Hello and welcome back to another week. I am answering your questions today on the podcast and I can't wait. I haven't looked at these questions. I've had my producer write them down for me and I am ready to dive in. So here are my genuine answers to the questions you guys have put out there. So let's jump straight in. What is the funniest thing that has ever happened to you? Oh my goodness. What has not happened to me, honestly? I do so many live shows, so that means a lot of things can go pretty haywire when you are not prepared or when you are live and you can't stop and press re-record. So there has been times where I do a lot of boy-girl lives and there has definitely been times where I have jumped on, I've had a few wines, I'm just saying yes to all the things. Okay, have you ever felt unsafe in the industry? This is a really interesting question because I wouldn't say the word is unsafe, but sometimes I feel unsettled in a situation. I will completely just close down that situation. So I don't feel unsafe, I think, because there are a lot of circumstances that at my home that makes me feel safe. I live quite rural, so my location isn't really particular. I also have 5 really big dogs. So if anybody was to come onto my property that they don't know, they would not take one step past the gate because I do have that, I suppose, sense of security there. So I feel really safe at home in that sense. When I'm online and I'm talking to my subs and I'm doing everything, I feel really safe because I do have boundaries in place and I do not let anyone push past those. So I'm always making sure that, if I do feel a bit icky about a situation or I'm not feeling comfortable for whatever reason, let's say if I'm on a live call and a sub is pushing boundaries, then I will end that straight away. And I think that's why I don't ever feel unsafe, because I know my limits and I know where I need to end it. And I think also my subs really respect that. They respect that I've never once shared anything about my personal life and I will not share it about my personal life. So they don't go there and they respect that. So no, I've never been in a situation where I felt really unsafe. I'm sure there are stories in the industry where unfortunately creators have felt unsafe, but my advice around that is just to really, really protect yourself. Obviously, I've gone over this in an earlier podcast, but really looking after your privacy and your security and your identity and never releasing any information. If anyone is pushing your boundaries or you do feel like that this could evolve into something that is unhealthy or unsafe, no money is worth jeopardizing your privacy or jeopardizing your safety. So just put an end to it. Feel free to block and delete. Now, I know on OnlyFans, you do lose your money when you do block somebody, but nothing should go above your safety. So just remember that. Just remember that you are in charge and you can really work your business however you like, and that you need to be really strict on that and your boundaries and the people that are pushing it. How do you deal with friends and family rejecting your way to live? Oh gosh, so I will be really honest. At the start, I did not deal with this very well. It was so new to me. It was just a real eye-opener and I did struggle. And I think it's also important to share that, when you do get emotional over this or something big like this happens, don't think you need to be a superwoman and act like nothing's wrong and you're fine and you can keep moving on and fuck everyone. Because it's okay to feel shit. It's okay to let those feelings in. Because for me, I did feel shit for a long time because my family and my close friends were everything I knew for my whole life, right? Your family is everything you know growing up. They're your security system, they're your support system. And then when it gets all pulled from you, then it's really, really hard to handle. You start questioning yourself. Is it me? Have I made the wrong decision? What have I done? And you do go into that. Well, I found that I went into that spiral, really questioning, is what I'm doing right? Is what I'm doing, good? Is it a good career decision? Is it a good life decision? And I found it really hard to navigate all of that. So I did go into a slump for a little bit, and then I honestly just got to a place in my life where I was like, well, wait, no, fuck them. Like, I am so happy doing what I'm doing. I'm not doing this for them. I'm not doing this for anybody else. I am doing this career because I love it and because it gives my family freedom. And that's all that matters. As long as my husband and my kids are happy and healthy and we're enjoying what we're doing, then why the fuck should it matter to anyone else? And I just got into a mindset of, well, you either love me or you fuck off. And as soon as I cut those people out and stopped, chasing them and holding on to old memories and thinking that because people were my family that I had to respect their opinions, that I had to mold myself to fit in with them. As soon as I realized that if they can't love me for who I am, then that's their fucking loss, the better it was. So I took a huge turn in my personal life and my business. Like, my business grew dramatically when I made that decision. So my advice around that is, it's okay to be hurt. It's okay to feel the pain, and it's okay to reevaluate everything. At the end of the day, if you are sitting down and what you're doing on OnlyFans and the business that you're running is making you happy and it's giving you all the tools and resources to pave the way to your dreams, then fuck them. Like, it's got nothing to do with them. They should love you for who you are, not for your career, right? I always think when my family judged me so heavily, I was the exact same person 5 minutes before they found out. And they just treated me like I was an absolute alien. So just remember, you are an amazing person. You always have been. If you're showing up with the right intentions and you are showing up as yourself and you're enjoying it, then you know what? It's their loss. It's their loss that they don't get to have an incredible life with you and go on this journey with you. So that's my view on that. What's bringing in the most subs for you at the moment? So definitely TikTok, but I will say this all the time. You'll hear me say it all the time. TikTok is definitely a love-hate relationship. It is quite static. So yes, you can go viral. And it's great when you do, but viral is called viral for a reason. You're not going viral consistently. You're not staying viral. Like, you might hit 1 million, 2 million, 3 million views, but then you hit a stop, right? And you've got to keep producing. And sometimes, actually a lot of the time I see on TikTok is that you get these big spikes in your viral videos, and then you ride the wave a little bit and you're getting 200, 500, 1 million views off that big viral video. But once that viral video actually stops the momentum, that's when your account just goes back to normal. So you can see TikTok accounts that may have 200, 300, 400, 500,000 followers, and they've had a few viral videos, but they still may be getting 10,000 views, 5,000 views on their latest videos. So TikTok is a really love-hate relationship, and I think you really need to be adaptable with it and move with it and pivot, and not be so emotionally attached to big accounts, and really just be willing to work hard on viral videos and running with what is viral. So TikTok is definitely my main platform. When I am having those slow months though, or I haven't cracked a viral video for a while, it will be Instagram. So Instagram would be my second one. I do get viral videos on Instagram as well, but the conversion rate on TikTok is much more powerful, I believe. If I get 5,000 views on TikTok, I see a bigger conversion rate into OnlyFans subs than what I do on Instagram, which I find really interesting. So yeah, definitely TikTok and then Instagram for me. How do you stay so motivated? So as always, I'm honest with you guys, I am not motivated all the time. And it may seem like I am, it may seem like when I am jumping on and I'm chatting away, I am motivated, but that's because I understand my energy and I understand the seasons that I go through. So some days I wake up and I think, fuck, I've been just absolutely drilling myself. I have been hustling so hard. I've been doing all the things, and I wake up one morning and I can just feel my energy is not in it, and I just feel shit. My mindset's gone a little bit haywire, and I'm just like, ugh. And I know that's my day to take off. I literally quit that day. I'm like, I quit. I'm not doing it. This is too hard. I had my little tantrum. and I quit. But then I rehire myself again. So the next morning I wake up, I'm like, right, you've had your moment, honey. You're all good. You had your rest day. You watched Netflix and, you know, ate all the chocolate and spoonfuls of Nutella. You've had your rest day, so now back to business. And I think it's really healthy for me to have that positive mindset and recognizing when I'm not there and just going, right, time to take a break. Like just reset and chill. So that really helps me with my long-term mindset in the industry because it can be tough. There's a lot of things that are going to be niggling on your mindset and a lot of thoughts that will come into your head within this mindset that can really be detrimental. So waking up and just knowing that today's not the day. Now, when I say that, that might be once a month. Sometimes it's a little bit more often, especially if I've got my period. But I'm not doing that, you know, every week or every day. And I mean, if you need to, and you know that once a week you need to absolutely log out, and that means the rest of the week you're good, you're hustling, then go for it. But what I don't recommend is just getting into a routine of having one day off and then having another day off and then having another day off, because when you are inactive, it promotes being inactive. So the longer you sit around and you don't do anything, the way it's going to be, it's just going to snowball. It's a snowball effect. And as soon as you get into action, that's where you then start to really compound on that and you get into more action. And we see this in our everyday life as well when you think about going to the gym. How many times have we been like, yes, we're going to go to the gym on Monday. I'm going to get up, I'm going to go. And then Monday comes like, oh, I can't be fucking bothered. I'll do it next Monday. And then next Monday comes and it never happens. Or you're waiting for a magical Monday and it never happens. So that's getting in the cycle of just being inactive and just getting comfortable not doing anything. As soon as you go, right, I'm just going to go to the gym. I'm just going to get up, I'm going to go. If I don't feel it when I'm there, I can leave. I can turn around and go home. And then you get in the car and you go to the gym. You swipe in and you stand on a treadmill and you start moving, you start going, and then you're on the treadmill and then you get on the bike and you do some weights and you're feeling good. You're like, oh, I'm so glad I, came to the gym. And then you're motivated to get up the next morning and do it. So as soon as you take that step in being active, and I mean, I do this all the time. I like look at the washing and I'm like, oh, I do not want to do the washing. And the longer I leave it, it's done. Like I may as well burn the pile. But as soon as I go, right, okay, I'm gonna do the washing, I'll fold the washing, and then I'm putting it away, and then I'm putting on another load, and then I'm tidying up the house. So it really, like once you get moving and you get into that mindset of really moving forward and doing the work, then it really compounds. So my advice is take a day off when you need it, reset, but don't turn that day into a week, into a month, into a year, because it's not gonna build your business. What do you mean when you say treat your business like a business? So treating your business like a business, so just owning a business or saying you run OnlyFans and waking up and doing a few TikToks and be like, yeah, this is my business. That's not treating your business like a business. Treating your business like a business is hiring yourself every single day, knowing what you need to do daily. So looking at yourself as a business owner and going, right, if I'm paying myself hourly, what am I doing? I need to get to business. As business owners, we have the flexibility to do whatever we want. So we can go to the beach if it's sunny, we can go do this, and go hang out with our friends, go shopping. We can basically piss around and do whatever we want. And that's the way you need to get into the mindset of like, I need to treat this like a business. So have your days that are dedicated to business building. Have your hours that are dedicated to business building. Have your schedule done. Because it's so easy when you work from home to have a friend or someone call up and go, hey, like, let's go to the beach today. Like, oh yeah, cool. Like, I'll leave the business and I'll do it another time. And once you get into that pattern, it just becomes like a revolving door. Like you are just going to keep doing it. You're going to keep putting your business on the back foot. Now, this is not to say that you can't go and do those things, because you absolutely can. But there's a time and a place. You've got to recognize when are your free days. You've got to recognize when you're hiring yourself. You've got to treat it like a business. Like if a business employed you and you were working at a 9 to 5, or you're working, I don't know, let's say a sports girl in retail. If you're hired to go to work those days, you can't just go to the beach with your friend, right? And if you don't go to work, there are consequences. So getting into that mindset of like, okay, if I choose to go to the beach today and it's supposed to be my work day, there are consequences. consequences. Like you're obviously not going to get fired, but there are consequences in terms of you're not going to be building the best business that you possibly can. So just really looking at it as like you are the driving force of this business. And if you are going out and you're doing all these things with your friends or family or whatever it may be, or just sitting on the couch and watching Netflix instead, well then it's not a business. It's not even a hobby. It's just going to be something that's going to be sitting at the back of your mind that you're like, oh, I really should do that. So just get really, really comfortable with your days, your hours, your to-do list, your power hours, your DMO. And I will go into this in a different podcast because I think this is a whole podcast in itself. My background is really going into the nitty-gritties of writing your list, doing power hours, having DMOs, and smashing work and feeling so like sitting down at the end of the day and just like, oh my God, I've had the best day. And sometimes I do this at lunchtime, like, fuck, I have smashed it. Like I am going to wherever with the kids. Like I'm gonna go do some cool stuff tonight because I haven't sat around all day like without any intentions. I wake up intentionally and I do the work that I know I need to do. So I will go into a whole podcast because I think it's really, really cool when you can work from a space of intentions. So I'm always finding myself comparing to others, body image and business-wise. How do you cope with that? This is really, really interesting, and I love that you have asked this because it happens, right? As much as we say, oh, you know, we don't compare ourselves, it can happen, and it can be a really contributing factor to your mindset, to building your business if we're constantly comparing ourselves. Now, in terms of business, what I always say is never ever compare your day one to someone's day 100. Never compare your situation to somebody else, especially in this industry. This industry is so versatile. Like there are just so many ways to run OnlyFans. You can have a paid page, a free page, a no PPV page. You can have 2 accounts, you can have 1 account. It's so different. You can tap into a particular niche. You can market to a particular audience. You can use different platforms to market yourself. Some girls kill it, like absolutely kill it on Reddit, and some girls are just like, Reddit is fucked. Some girls hate TikTok, some girls love TikTok. Like it is just, there is no one size fits all here. And I also think something that comes into the business side of things and building the business is that it really also is dependent on that person's previous following. So if they've been in the social media game for a while and, you know, maybe 5 years they've been an influencer, they may have been on a reality TV show, or they may just be a really powerful influencer who have built their brand over the last 5 years. If they are now deciding that they are going to start an OnlyFans, then their day one is going to be so different to your day one. Like if you're just, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm going to do OnlyFans, and you may have a small following, or you're going to start from scratch like I did because you prefer to do it that way, then your day ones are so different. So just never compare yourself to other people's situations. The only thing I suggest you compare yourself to is yourself yesterday. And that's how I calculate my growth. I don't calculate my growth on comparing it to other women around me. I prefer to celebrate them. I'm like, wow, she's killing it. Like that's amazing. Good on her. I love what she's doing, and I take inspiration from that, but I never compare because the only thing I can compare myself to is yesterday. And I heard this really powerful quote when I was doing a training course, and the lady said, you only need to be 1% better. And that changed so much for me because I used to put so much pressure on myself every single day to, you know, make more money, to go viral, work harder, and I was working myself into the ground. But as soon as I heard her say, you only need to be 1% better than yesterday, I was like, oh shit, like click. And this is the fun thing about learning and diving in and tapping into tools and resources, is that something's gonna click for you one day. And it took me so long for this to click, and it was so simple. Like she was an incredible educator, and she had so much experience, but it was this one little thing she said to me that I was just like, oh, this has just changed everything for me. So I stopped putting all the pressure on myself. I stopped comparing myself to others and just like, oh, I wish I was there, like, and just enjoyed the journey, and just every day I woke up, I'm like, right, I'm gonna be 1% better today. Like just 1%, and I've done it. Like I've done it. And over a year, like 1% better every single day is so powerful. Because if you look at a year down the track, you might get overwhelmed and go, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if I can do that. Like that's a lot. But if you go, right, tomorrow I'm just gonna do better. Tomorrow I'm gonna do one more activity, or tomorrow I'm gonna work 1 hour longer, or tomorrow I'm gonna aim for one more sub on my goal. Just things like that. And it's really healthy for your mindset because it's teaching your mindset to win, to always move forward and win. Anyway, I'm getting off subject a little bit from the comparing, but in terms of your body image, this one can be really tricky because, I mean, as women from a young age, we're just always taught that, you know, our bodies are never good enough, and there's just constant reminders around all the time, reminding us why our bodies aren't good enough. I think it's really changing now, which is really powerful. There's some really incredible influencers out there who are making a really, really great stance against that and just being themselves and being authentic. So my recommendation around that is to just do a clear out of your social media. So go have a look. Is there anyone in your social media that's making you feel less about your body? Are they making you feel like, oh, like, you know, why can't I be like her? And this is nothing against the creator or the influencer, but for your mindset while you're going on this like journey, unfollow them and go and find creators or influencers that make you feel really confident, that you look at them and you can relate to them. You're like, oh yes, like I love that. I love what she's saying. And really lean into that, because this is not an overnight thing. Loving your body and being comfortable and confident and not comparing yourself, especially in this industry, because it is hard because you're always in front of the camera. A lot of your social media is, you know, a lot of sexy pictures, so it is confronting, but the more you lean into the things that make you feel good about your body and that light you up, you won't start comparing yourself. And I think also once you realize that the platform really is built on authenticity and being you, everything changes. So just try and learn to turn up as your authentic self and turn up as who you are, and people will love that. And I think when people start to love the real you more, it just really certifies those thoughts, like those thoughts that like, yes, I am beautiful, I am perfect. And when you're showing up as that, then it comes back twofold. I think if you're trying to be someone else and you know, you're turning up and you're not posting things because you don't think you look 100%, and you're getting compliments on photos that, I don't know, maybe edited or maybe in a different way that you would not authentically show up, it doesn't hit the same. When you show up as yourself and you're getting these compliments and subs are coming in and they're loving it, it just hits so good. So there are a few tips around that. I will also do another segment on this because I think it's just so powerful and it's so important for women to just be really confident with who they are. You know, that's body, that's how you turn up every day, that's how you hold yourself. So yeah, we'll definitely dive into that on another episode. Your reels are the best. Where do you come up with your concepts? Okay, so honestly, I don't really put a whole heap of thought into my reels. I just do the things I love, and I think that's why people are so like attracted to them, or they love watching them, because I'm just doing my everyday things out on the farm that I really, really love and I really, really enjoy. So I think if you can tap into the things that you love and that you love to do, and it doesn't have to be exciting. Like I get so many compliments on my content, and when I first started to rebrand and show my countryside, I was like, oh, people are gonna be so bored with all of this. And there are so many people out there that love it. And I thought, oh, there'll only be a small amount of like country people that will be attracted to it, but a whole other audience that live in the city that like just love the country lifestyle but can't necessarily get out there all the time, really, really love watching it because it gives them that sense of like feeling connected to the country. So I just film, like what I love to do and the day in my life and the filming part of it. So it's nothing exciting to me. I mean, I love it. I love gardening. I love going out with my horses and doing all the things. But yeah, that stuff's exciting to other people. So my honest opinion is don't try too hard. Like, don't try and go and be something you're not, or put all this effort into doing these things that you think people are going to like or enjoy. Just be you and do the things you love, because if people aren't even interested in it, they will swipe by, or they will either comment and just be like, oh my gosh, and say something anyway, which is going to boost your engagement. What equipment do you use? Your content is flawless. Oh, thank you so much. Look, I am so bad with technology. I am so bad with cameras, and I just have no patience. Like, if someone said to me, you can go do a whole day of filming TikToks and Instagram reels, or you can spend a whole day like YouTubing and studying these really great quality cameras and how to use them, I know which one I'm picking, because I just don't find that enjoyable. Like, yes, I could go out and buy all these really expensive cameras and everything, but I don't know, it's not for me. So I just use basic, and I mean basic equipment. So for my photos and my videos, on my OnlyFans site, it's literally just my phone. I have tried it a few times on my like camera. I've got like a Sony camera, but I don't know, I didn't like it. And it's amateur, right? Like, my subscribers are coming to my page because it's amateur, so that's what they enjoy. So yeah, it's literally just my phone. Even my photos on my feed, I take off my phone. Now, within saying that, having the latest phone is so important. I have the latest iPhone. I can't tell you what it is. I literally just walk in when I know there's a new one. I'm like, I'll have it. Because having the latest phone, the amount of work they put into their camera setup is absolutely incredible. So just make sure you've got the latest phone, and make sure you're updating as well. I think you can do with Telstra, well, here in Australia anyway, you can do like a trade-in. So just keep trading your phone in every year if you can. And then I've just got like a basic ring light, and I just try to really face myself to the light. We do a lot of outdoor content as well. So